What happens when the sky becomes the deadliest weapon in a stalled war? In the Donbas, where every meter costs blood, Ukrainian FPV drones don't just watch, they hunt. Fresh footage from September 2025 shows how a single operator can dismantle an entire assault. Today, we'll break down these sequences step by step, from launch to impact. Get ready to see how low-cost tech tips the scales. Let's start with the context. Since July, Russia has been pressing Pokrovsk and Toretsk with waves of motorized infantry, bikes, buggies, even scooters. But Ukraine counters with FPV, first-person view drones, armed with homemade grenades flying at 150 kilometers an hour. Production: 50,000 units a month thanks to volunteers in Kyiv basements. Cost: less than $500. Effect: thousands of Russian casualties averted in Ukrainian trenches. Remember Bakhmut in 2023? FPV stopped Russian tanks in an urban maze. Now, in 2025, with anti-jamming fiber optics, they're unstoppable. But let's look at the fresh footage. September 16, near Toretsk, a Russian platoon advances in buggies under morning fog. Blind confidence or underestimating the sky? Imagine the scene. Two buggies roar down a muddy path, Russian soldiers crouched, rifles ready. The lead motorcycle weaves, scanning for threats. But 5 kilometers away in a Ukrainian bunker, the operator from the Birds of Magyar unit adjusts his FPV goggles. "Contact," he whispers over radio. The drone takes off, a modified Vampire, 1 kilogram payload, battery for 10 minutes of hell. The POV immerses us, blurry earth, wind whistling through the props. First target, the motorcycle. The drone banks, correcting for gusts. The Russian rider looks up. Too late. Impact. Orange flames. The vehicle flips 10 meters. The buggies screech to a halt. Soldiers leap into the mud, yelling, "Drones, take cover!" But the FPV doesn't stop. It loops in an arc, ignoring Russian jamming thanks to its fiber cable. Second hit pierces a buggy, detonating ammo in a chain. 2 figures burn, rolling in panic. How long does this last? Under 90 seconds. And the survivors? They try to regroup, but the drone circles, invisible hunter. An officer shouts orders over radio. The next target.
Fast forward to September 13th, near Terny. How about a Russian ATV loaded with supplies, 2 soldiers speeding toward Ukrainian positions? Looks fast, right? But an FPV from the 414th Assault Drone Brigade spots them. The chase is cinematic. The drone hits 160 kilometers per hour. The ATV swerves wildly. Detonation mid-path. Fiery wreck. Occupant still. 1 strike, 4 casualties. Not all is glamorous lethality. September 20. Bizarre footage. Russians on electric scooters crossing a field. 1 trips, easy prey. The Ukrainian operator adjusts. Guided fire. Boom. The scooter erupts. The soldier tries to shoot back, too late. Improvised tactics or desperation? Analysts say the latter, with Russian losses topping 1,000 daily in Donbas. Now, something heavier. September 22, west of Toretsk. A Russian T-90 rumbles toward a Ukrainian hill, optic scanning. The 31st Mechanized Brigade responds with tandem FPVs. First impact, engine damaged, black smoke. Second, optics blinded. Third, full blaze, meters from a welcome to Ukraine sign. The tank, worth $4 million, reduced to scrap in minutes. Switch to underground. Near Pili, a yellow-blue bomb drone, the Ukrainian symbol, breaches a Russian bunker. Explosion. Disoriented soldiers stumble out, only to be tracked by secondary FPVs. One hides under a wrecked trailer. The drone finds them. Precise strike. Escape? None in this game of eyes in the sky. Stories like this humanize the machine. It's not hate, it's calculation. You see the move, anticipate, squeeze. But every time you think of their families, like ours. 40% of operators report stress, but they save lives in the process. Eastward, in Kursk, aerial recon spots a Tiger and 2 BMP-2s approaching. Kamikaze drones launched, explosions leave smoking hulks. At sea, September 24th, a Ukrainian naval drone breaches Novorossiysk, firing FPVs at Russian B-12s. Oil export disruption, 2 million tons lost. From infantry to fleet, FPVs make it possible. Special forces in Donetsk, real hunt, clearing mines and trenches with targeted strikes. Lyman, Signa Battalion destroys a Russian tank and recon drone for another $4 million. In 24 hours of September 2025, Russia loses 670 soldiers, 2 tanks, 10 artillery systems. Ukraine repels, innovates, endures. But how long does this air dominance last? The front evolves. Subscribe for the next. The hunt goes on.